All right. As you leave the storeroom, the shopkeeper spins around and you both stare at each other in surprise. You because he looks a bit younger than you did when you went in there, and him because, hey now, what in the heck were you doing in my back room, and how'd you get back there without me seeing you? I'm a termite inspector? I didn't call for any termite inspector. No, I do surprise inspection so the termites won't find out in advance. How'd you get past me? I'm very good at my job. Huh, well, I don't expect you found any termites. I make my own custom pesticide. Yes, it seems pretty effective. I might have to go back in there for a follow-up check later, though. That's fine, I suppose. Just don't move stuff around too much. I like to keep it tidy. Sepia, oh, wasn't that the bot from Star Wars? Boo. Boo. Your monitor has a night mode, which is, yes! That is one thing that I really like about, there's some software you can download. I can't remember the name of it that does that. I actually use it on my MacBook when I'm working on that, and it helps so much. All right, hey buddy. Welcome to Valley Hardware, best hardware store in Crystal Dream Valley. Because of the selection or the prices? Well, shucks, nobody's ever asked me to justify that claim before. Is it because it's the only hardware store in the valley? Ha, that's a good one, I'll have to remember that. I'm sure you will. What can I do for you? What do you have for sale? All right, I'm gonna buy the fuse. I'm gonna buy the self-adhesive rivets, the sharpening stone, the matches, basically everything except for this plunger, because I have no interest in a plunger. You know, intellectually, the brand new one is, these cannot be dirty. This knowledge does not change anything. Oh. Okay, I want to buy one of the Glaxton valves. Government fellas bought your entire stock. What? Yeah, for the big dam they're building. I can order you one. How long will that take? 6 to 8 weeks. Would you mind holding on to it for me if I'm not back right away? Oh, sure, that's no problem. How long you figure? 11 years? What? No, forget how I said it's not a problem. Well, nuts. Listen, I can tell you they bought a heap more Glaxton valves than they're gonna need for the dam. If you go up the worksite, you might be able to get the foreman to sell you one. Where is it? Southeast end of the valley. You got a map? Well, I have a postcard. Crystal Dream Lake. Never heard of that. It's got a little picture of the dam on it there. See? That's about the same place relative to here. Great, thanks. So are we going there in the past? No. So we're going to go back to the future and then go to the dam there, and ideally we'll be able to get one of the things. Damn. The what do you call it is huge. Damn. Boo. This pump has a Glaxton valve on it. We take it. Held in place by decades of corrosion, even if you could detach it, you'd get wrecked in the process. Okay. Nasty goo coming out of the drain point. Shouldn't have said that. It's gonna open the floodgates. Oh my lord. Pump at the Glaxton valve. Can we take this one? No. There's hobo code we cannot translate, sadly. Another one of those time doors. It's repeated exposure isn't going to give your ancestors cancer. Okay. Door is being delivered. Wow. Pipe shoes. What's inside? Probably not what they meant to order. It's literally pipe shoes. They don't make any sense, so you're just gonna have to roll with it. All right, what is the doofy thing these do? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. I have to say, like, if I'm not a fan of all the shoes just being kind of like haha funny movement items. Like, Having that tied to a piece of equipment kind of feels crappy. Some careless damn worker has abandoned a toolbox here. We got spray on asbestos, a piece of scrap metal, and some foot gloves. Makes you walk on your hands. I hate everything. Do we spray the asbestos onto the pants? I'm gonna hold off. Although we could also do that. I worry about dumping too many resources into single pieces of gear. I'm worried that if I do, we're gonna find something down the line that's like really good and I'm just too stupid to make use of it. You don't want to get your hook stuck. It's even heavier than a regular truck. Why can't I fish? Why would you do that, game? Hey, Noel said nobody who ain't on the crew's allowed on site. Noel? Yeah, Noel the foreman, Noel White. Oh, jeez. He clutches his stomach. You alright? Just starving is all. The rest of the crew went to lunch, but somebody had to stay here and keep all the rubberneckers and looky-loos off the site. I drew the short pants. Short pants? You mean straw? Nah, we got these 6 little pairs of pants we found when we cleared out a nest of fairies. I see. Can I have them? No, because then we'd have no way of picking who stands guard. Oh man, I can't believe how hungry I am. Feels like I'm gonna turn inside out. What about that table over there that says lunch? There's a reason everybody left the site to eat, pal. You don't want to eat what Noel considers lunch. How bad could it be? Man, I'd kill for a jellied eel. Noel brings these sandwiches that are a bunch of peppermint sticks between 2 big bland sugar cookies. You get a stomachache just watching someone else eat one. Ugh. That sounds awful. It's because it is awful. He clutches his stomach and moans. Do we offer to feed him or do we just like take a swing? Fight? All right, that's 1 for fight. What else you got? 1 for bribe. 2 for bribe. Going once. Oh, 2. We're 2 for 2. On the tiebreak, we're gonna fight him because that's what we do. Are you sure? I can think of 2 reasons not to fight this guy. What are the reasons? Well, the first is he seems like a pretty decent guy, and the second is that while you've been doing whatever it is you've been doing with your life, he's been swinging iron beams around, driving posts into the ground with sledgehammer, lugging sacks of concrete, and stuff like that. So, he could probably crush you into paste with a single finger. Probably not even a whole finger, just 1 knuckle. We're not scared. We're doing this. So he's pretty fucking thick and he hits really goddamn hard. Oh shit. Chat, I think we may have erred. He's literally going to kill me in 1 hit. Yeah. I think we can maybe... I have an idea. All right, let's... We're gonna need to basically spend our entire turn debuffing him, I think. All right, so that's 25. How much health? I have 21 health. We just need to be able to survive unattack, because then I can just keep debuffing him and more. Okay, so this will be 3. I don't know what shielded actually does. We'll use one of these. My hope is that it maybe lets us ignore an attack. That would be wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna cook him. We're gonna cook him. We're gonna cook him. Okay, we've got him down to dealing no damage now. So that is shielding doing work. We'll deal 11 damage. Reducing all of my stats by 5 is going to fucking hurt. Okay. All right. Okay. shield myself again. Fuego damage. And 9 more damage. Okay. We've got him. We cook him. And we sleaze him. Look at me using my consumables and shit. Easy peasy. Alright, fine, you no good, Nick. If you want to look at the absence of the damn that bad, go ahead. Noel isn't paying me enough to deal with this kind of malarkey. He hops into one of the cement trucks and drives off. You should feel bad for beating that guy up. I do not feel bad. Sign says lunch, but what's on the table isn't identifiable as anything you'd want to eat. Like, was there even any point to that fight? Claxman screws, Grafton nuts, Daxton sheets, Waxman discs, Braxton cords, Frampton picks, and Glaxton valves. We finally acquire one. There's only one left. Good thing you got here when you did. All right. It's good that they're building a dam. It'd be a shame if future generations got to enjoy this beautiful forest. Mood. The brick outhouse is extremely well constructed. We step inside. The taps don't work, but there's a bunch of water pooled in the basin. You got an item, a handful of clean water, pure water untainted by even a container, cures an ally who is on fire. All right, and we flush the toilet. 20 XP. Wait, what did it say about that toilet? Oh, a workman-like toilet for workman-like workmen. Okay. I thought it said that it was a woman-like toilet, and I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Okay, well, we did that. Wait a minute. A beautiful flower stands in defiance of the reining in of nature. We smell it. It smells as good as it looks. I'm going to say that that flower smells very pleasant. Two things which are hard to describe, but let's say they're more or less like smoking holes in space through which you can see the faint light of a distant and dying star float up to you with an air of menace. Oh my. Well, if it isn't my favorite holiday party crasher, perhaps I need more explicit about the fact that you weren't invited. I don't really get the holiday thing. I like Crimbo, okay? It's my thing and I'm sticking with it. You must have had a weird childhood. It's none of your business. Neither is the rest of this investigation, or whatever you think you're doing. You need to learn to keep your nose out of people's affairs. I'm just trying to find my uncle. How about you keep your nose out of my affairs? What a disagreeable little urchin you are. Do you know that what naughty children find in their Crimbo stockings? Yeah. Socks. You sock Dark Noel in the eyes, one with each fist. The orbs recoil in pain. Ah, that's it. You're on the very naughty list now. Next time we meet, I'm gonna really deck your halls. Little black orbs vanish in little puffs of smoke. Fa la 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 la, jerk. What is the point of this shit? It's just so weird. It's just so weird. Install the valve. Fortunately, the place where it slots in is clearly labeled. I just go back. You see the water level rapidly receding. Hello again. I installed the valve. Yep, been watching the water level through the window. Should be dry enough for our purposes now. Come on upstairs. He disappears through the door behind him. All right. No, not what I wanted to do, game. Most lighthouses have a somewhat bigger lamp. Is this a reference to that one Stephen King, like, made-for-TV show with the killer lamp? I feel like it is. I gotta... Stephen King killer lamp. I can't even remember what the name of the fucking show is. It's like some... Is it Needful Things? It might have been Needful Things. I just remember I don't know. I just remember there's like this crap ass horror movie. Yeah, it's like a killer like possessed lamp that is malevolent. All I remember from the movie is them having like creepy shots of the lamp. And like, okay, so there's this dude, like they had a handyman over to their house and he was like fucking around in the garbage disposal and the lamp turned the garbage disposal on. And it like took his hand off. And that's why I'm afraid of garbage disposals to this day. Because I saw this movie when I was like, 7 or something. It was like The Langoliers, okay? It was just a really fucking dumb movie. Yeah, I should go back and rewatch it. Kind of cure myself of that. A box of 60-watt light bulbs, we ask about them. You only use 60-watt light bulbs? Don't need much, ain't that big a lake. Huh. Alright, what you got? Welcome to where the magic happens. Magic? You would also never touch a garbage disposal? Like, that's the thing is, I mean, I have one here, and it's used. Like we make use of it. But anytime it gets clogged or whatever, I get my roommate and make her do it. Because she doesn't give a shit. She just sticks her hands right in there, and I'm just like, no. And I know logically that they're made, the way the garbage disposals work anymore anyways, is that like, they're not gonna like mangle your hands or anything if they're on and your hand isn't there. They'll hurt you, but it's not going to be like, you're gonna lose the hand or anything like that. So like, I don't know. It's just an irrational fear that like even knowing that the power is off, that there might be a haunted lamp in my condo and it's gonna turn that thing on. I don't know. They scare me. Magic, sure, Fei-Lu. Old lighthouse keeper joke. I don't get it. Can I have the compass now? What? No, certainly not. I need that. But, yes, if I had an old compass and I said I did and that I'd show it to you. Never said anything about giving it to you. Oh, well, I really need it. So do I. Gotta calibrate this lamp to the North Star every so often. I need a good compass to show me which one's the north one. Oh my god. What if I can get you a new one? Nope, I said a good one. New ones ain't any use at all. Why not? Because of how they changed them. What? Changed the compasses? They didn't teach you that in school? Folks got short memories. It's only around about the turn of the century, some Atlas company bought the patent on West and rebranded it as New North. Oh my god. Then they did a recall on all the compasses and issued new ones. They all point west now. Oh, that's useless for my purposes. It is insane. Don't have them always seemed odd. Just have a thing that catches debris when you put it. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of like typically how I look at it too. Is like anything that I would put in there, because like it's fine if you want to like put something like pasta down it, right? Because it'll just chew that up fine. But if you put anything like fibrous in there, like vegetables or like even like meat scraps and stuff, it just gets clogged up and it's like a pain in the ass. So it's like, I'll put eggshells in there, fine. I'll put like French fries in there, but anything else and it's just a pain in the ass. An electric lawnmower, while it can't turn out without holding down the safety, you always unplug it. Yeah, exactly. Like Poyle gets it. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I would rather look paranoid than have something terrible happen. Oh, all right. How about I find you another old one then? You can find another pre-north compass in at least a good condition as mine, then sure, I'll swap you. Don't really get what the point of that would be though, since you'd already have one. Well, it's a long story. Well, never mind then. Here, maybe this'll help. Most of the old compasses got radium paint on the dial so you can read them at night. Excuse me. This old Geiger counter ought to be able to help you pick up the radiation. Where should I start? Well, most folks consider the old kind of compass to be trash nowadays, and if I was trash, I'd probably be at the old junkyard. All right. The junkyard, wait a minute. There was drawers. Better, yeah, exactly. An empty and wet bookshelf. Good thing he had his own books downstairs. You hear raised voices and the sounds of a commotion nearby. You head in that direction to check it out. As you get nearer, the voices become clearer. Someone's yelling for help. You pick up the pace and find a small glade in the middle of the woods, filled with odd little structures and large, beautifully colored butterflies. Something feels a bit off about the whole scene though, so instead of rushing in, you crouch in the bushes and creep around the perimeter looking for the source of the yelling. One group of butterflies is nearer to the bushes than the others, and as you get closer you can see that they have little human bodies. They're fairies. Wow, real fairies, just like in the, fairy tales. They seem to be giggling maniacally about something. We listen in. Hee hee hee. I ain't think we ought to mess with them, Mike. They're creepy. Ah, shut up, Jim. I ain't afraid of some weird butterflies. That sounded uncannily like regular-sized human voices. Weird. Are they mimics, like parrots? Hey, get off of my ear, you little varmint. What the? Ah, my eye! My eye! Ah, get it off me! Get it off me! Hee 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 hee. Huh? It would seem much nicer in the bedtime stories. Oh, we found the fairy lair. Is that lady my stalker? She's my party member. She's like a little goblin that follows us around and occasionally heals. We'll deal with it later. It's on the other side of the map. And we have found the old junkyard. All right, I think I'm going to use this as an excuse to take a really quick break. I'm going to go grab some soda and take a bio. I will be back in like 2 minutes. Good lord, chat. Good lord. No. I had to take a whiz. Heaven forbid. It just takes a minute for the soda because I have a soda stream. I don't buy like 2 liters and stuff. So you gotta like fizz up the water and get it all mixed together and shit. Heat inside the fishing rod cooks the trash from the inside. Oh, we got a hot rod. It's almost too hot to handle. Mysticality +2 and heat damage, all right. The trash is left medium rare, but a connoisseur would eat it well done. Good lord, Sal, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Something shiny in this pile of trash, we grab it. It's a ring, the friendship ring. On the outside of a dog, this ring would look really good. Increase my familiar stats. Holy shit, by 3. No, that's wonderful because 5 across the board, that means that when Leonardo heals us, he's going to be healing us for 5 points. SodaStream, you can have a lot of fun with that. Ever carbonate pickle juice? Good God in heaven, no. If I'm gonna drink pickle juice, I'm gonna just drink pickle juice. There are some things you just don't carbonate. This must be an appealing to... This pile of trash must be especially appealing to flies. There we go. I got words. This radio must be solar powered or trash powered. Smells worse than the other piles. Dig through it if we had stench armor. I actually don't know. We have 1 spooky armor. We have no stench armor. I don't know if we have any gear that can... Okay, we can get 2. I don't suppose I have... So we can get 2. We do not have anything that's gonna give us that extra point of stench armor, sadly. I probably have a consumable, but it's gonna overwrite the ones that I want. Uncarbonated water is best. You can't change your mind. That's okay, Val. That's okay. I just like the fizzies. Like, I just like fizzy water. Like, even if... I mean, I have regular water right here, too. So, you know, I just like fizzies, too. The hobo's trying to wrestle a stove out of a pile of trash. What's up, buddy? Hot water with a little bag in it. Some delicious tea. Hell yeah. Howdy, I'm Beanie. Hi, Beanie, I'm swell. What are you up to? I'm trying to get this stove so I can haul it back to our hobo camp outside of Ocean City. Oh, you know about the camp? Yeah, I'll be cooking up a mess of beans once I get this stove back there, let me tell you. You tell me about hobo code. Yeah, additional knowledge. What are we up to, actually? Hobo literacy, level 6. We need level 7 for that one thing. Fizzy water is fancy in your household. You mostly drink tap water and coffee. Yeah, that I would say 90% of what I drink is tap water and coffee, yeah. Thought it was like bad boy water. Ooh, does that make me a bad boy, Val? You better watch out. I'm coming for you. What was I going to do? We need might. We need 1 more muscle. Do I have anything that can crank my strength up here? Beyond the best hat. I don't know, what would you do, Val? What would you do? Something tells me you'd turn into a just a little puddle. It would be adorable. I accidentally hit the Windows key. Dumb idea for a soda stream, tea with milk. Oh God. I have, like, they suggest, I shouldn't say that they suggest, they say that you're not supposed to do anything but water with it because I guess it'll like fuck up the valve on it, or not the valve, the injector thing, I guess, for the CO2. But when I first got it, I carbonated some tea with it. It was the weirdest fucking thing. It was not bad, but it was very, very weird. Okay, so we're not strong enough to help him either. We're just failing today. This opening leads to an underground labyrinth of filth. Unfortunately, your Geiger is ticking faintly. I don't know why I have so much trouble reading the text from this game. So you're probably gonna have to go in there. I hope you aren't wearing your favorite anything. But like, I find myself stumbling over things in this game like crazy, and it's driving me nuts. Go to bed, Lysantis. All right, we're going into the trash mound. It turns out this garbage dump is much deeper and older than it initially appeared. Apparently, huge rooms and tunnels carved into the trash, like the worst archaeological dig imaginable. And just to make a bad scene worse, it looks like a whole gang of those horrible fairies have made their home here. It's not Comic Sans. Oh. I use Comic Sans as my font. Well, I use an open source version of Comic Sans in my coding IDE because it makes my dyslexia a little bit less obnoxious. There's an ironically half-buried shovel here. Take it. We got an item, shovel, for digging. All right. It's called a shovel because of the way it shoves dirt out of the way and the fact that the guy who named it liked the letter L. That's terrible. There are a lot of fairies in that direction, flitting around, giggling manically rather, and occasionally saying things in other people's voices that you can only assume are those people's last words. All right, let's see what they got. Leave my turtle alone, you son of a bitch. They're fast, I don't like that. But yeah, see, 5 points of healing. All right, so what do we got here? They have 10 hit points a pop, some have 9, some have 6, one has 16. It intends to explode. We have Pine Needlers, a Wackadoo, a Twig Thumper, and a Gunmother. So it's physical, 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 and Fuego. All right, this is actually kind of dangerous. Val. I have questions. That's adorable though. Anyways. Being able to cast this Stilton Splatter spell 4 times is insane, by the way. Okay, so 4 hot damage to everybody isn't gonna do much. But I think we're gonna kill this one first. Leave my turtle alone! Oh my lord. I should have killed that one. We should have protected Leonardo, we failed him. Alright, not bad. You won. With those fairies out of the way, you can get to the northern tunnel. Wait, is that north? The leftern tunnel. 12 XP, a fairy skull wand. Ooh, we found a wizard item here. It's mysticality +3, and it deals spooky damage. And we also got a shiv. Too small for you to get a good grip on with your big, clumsy human hands, but it causes a target to bleed. Could be useful. Again, though, like, I would love to use this wand, but I don't think it's gonna outdamage. I don't think it's gonna outdamage us having heavy as the hand. This is, like, so good. Like, so ridiculously good. There's a loose coat hanger, we take it. You never know when a wire coat hanger can be of use. Okay, so that's where we came in. All right, I thought that this was the entrance up here, but no. So this looks like it's a pretty big place. There are a lot of fairies in that direction, frolicking and making animal noises, dying animal noises. Good lord. All right, anyways. We are going to splatter all over the fairies. The fairies do in fact have guns. I'm to the point with this game where I just don't even question it anymore because it's just how this game is. Okay, we have a gunmother, which I'm gonna actually just throw a knife at. There you go. She'll die on her turn. You've got 1 hit point. You're gonna damage everybody, so I'm probably gonna kill you first. Conjure up a mushling to assist him in beating you up. Actually, you know what? No, you die. No minions! Modern problems require modern solutions. Exactly. Fairies pulling their gats in combat here. Maybe these are just American fairies. Maybe that's what it is. You go, Leonardo. You got this, buddy. Molly's tanking the floor like she does. All right. We got another knife, and Leonardo gets a little tankier. Okay, we got fairies. We got a bell. Ringing the bell would certainly stir up some angry fairies. Okay. And we've got fairies. All right, chat. Are we gonna fight fairies, or fairies? Also, that's hobo code. The code read, what is junk really? Wow, that makes you think. 10 XP. That XP is enough to get us a thing. Yes, all right. American fairies, instead of taking Cinderella to the ball, we get them kidnapping Prince Charming. Exactly. I think we're gonna take the Gorgonzola's Guile. The XP from fights is too good. And I mean, the Moxie's kind of icing on the cake. How much XP do I actually have? I have 17, fuck it. We'll take Fashion Sense too. There, so now we're doing 2 extra points of damage. I guess we're a gun wizard, chat. I don't know. Hey, Broken Toy, welcome on in. Good to have you. The room is positively swarming with fairies. There must be something pretty good over there, or at least something that fairies think is pretty good, which is an opinion you might or might not share. Let's plow through them. That's a lot of fairies. That is a lot of enemies. Okay. Thank you for the hydrate. This is a bad fight. We might not make it out of this one. But we will try. Okay, we killed one. 4 damage. Either heal everyone on the battlefield by 6 or deal 6 physical damage. I'm actually, I think, gonna... Kingdom for a nuke. Yeah, no kidding. I wonder what the odds are, because like I would actually be okay with this thing dealing 6 damage to everything, because it would kill almost everything. But if it heals them, that is going to be really bad. So I'm just gonna kill this thing, I think, just to be safe. You shot my turtle. You shot my turtle. You shot my turtle. I am incensed, chat. I am incensed. Oh, the fairy exploders, when they explode, it actually kills them. That's good to know. In that case, I might want to just leave them alone then. Shit, if they're just, you know, gonna go full suicide bomber on us. Okay, what do we got? 4 damage, 7 damage and reducing muscle. Mushlings. The mushlings don't really concern me overly much, if I'm being honest. Ow. Gabby, heal. Do summons add to XP? I honestly don't know. That thought occurred to me as well, Drunkbot. Just let the summons live. Or let the summoner live and then just grind summons for an age. Their movement is so cute, just jumping back and forth. Okay, just kill this one. I mean, this was a pretty good fight. $17 XP, another fairy skull wand, and a couple knives. Sure. Spells are already included in this. Jesus Christ, this isn't Dungeons and Dragons. Someone has thrown away a perfectly good novelty piggy bank. Smash it. Sorry, piggy. Hey, whoever threw this out didn't take their meat out first. 240 meat. We are like rolling in currency. I just have nothing to spend it on, which is kind of a shame. Where is 12 of 15? I'm gonna be so sad if once this thing hits 15 where we just can't use it anymore. I'm gonna be so sad. Knowing this game though, it's gonna buff it or something. That would be the ideal. I do want to check really quickly here. Books. Stilton Splatter. It's 100 for... Alright, it's 2 additional targets, not extra damage. Okay. What does Mind Melt do? Also heals me. I think the next thing I'm going to do is probably upgrade Medical Manchego, if I had to guess, just for some extra healing. A Shadow Rift. Let us step through. We're a robot. We run on corn. We can punch. You fuck nerd. A throbbing ring of negative energy around a smaller, less throbbing ring of negative energy. You should ask Jessica about this next time you see her. That's the second item that we have found. 5x3 damage sounds useful. Yeah, it doesn't sound bad. The only downside to it is that it costs 100 XP, which is kind of painful. You need to make a corn emote. You do, Val. You very much do. I need to commission you for emotes. I love your emotes so much. Toilet is connected to some rusty pipes. Flush it. 25 experience points. An inviting tub of piping hot water. Piping hot and clean water. Your brain is insisting that this is impossible and the rest of your body is yelling at it to shut up. We soak. You take off your clothes behind the privacy of this narration box and slide into the tub. Your aches, pains, and various worries drift away in the luxurious stream. Splish. You splish around for a while. It's very relaxing. You continue to relax in the tub until the water stops being hot. You gain an effect, hot bath. You've had a hot bath, it was what you needed. +1 to all stats. Reluctantly, you leave the tub and dry yourself with a towel you find in a nearby pile of trash before putting your clothes back on. Okay, so with that, I need to leave because I think we can help that guy pull that oven out of the trash heap. 3 more poopers and you have your 100 XP. I know, right? We just gotta find the toilets. Hey, buddy. I'm here to help. With assorted grunts and heaving, the two of you manage to yank the stove free. Oh, thanks a million, pal. Now I just gotta drag this back to camp and I'll be in Beansness. Haha. They never found his body. Mainly use emote bases. You're not allowed to take money. You'll just have to gift some. That's weird, Val. You'll gift me these emotes and I'll just gift you like, I don't know, $5 for each one or something. It's strange how that works. Hey, look, a fight with a bell. Okay. That's an exploder. We'll just do the usual. We'll just splatter all over everything. It's all Swell knows how to do. He splatters and oh my god, I need to not. Or if I start talking, like, if I start doing lewd insinuations about Swell, Peaches is gonna show up. And then the fanfic starts again, and I don't know if I can handle that. I don't know if my heart can take it. I've become Swell, the perverter of words. I know not of what you speak. Go on. No. 12 XP and a fairy charm. +3 to magical weapon attacks. Oh, really? What fairies lack in charm, they make up for in, well, I was going to say skill at making jewelry, but this thing is honestly pretty crappy. And a fairy cake. which is +1 mysticality, and the damage of magical weapon attacks by 2. So that's 3 extra damage. And then a wand core. Make any weapon into a wand, which uses your mysticality to determine its damage. Holy shit. Okay. I'm gonna hold on to this thing probably forever. Do not use it. We're still coming out ahead on damage with the Moxie weapon because of the heavy is the hand buff, but this is making it really close. There's a whole flock of fairies here, all armed with rusty needles. It almost seems like they're practicing their fencing skills, but their fighting style is so chaotic it's hard to tell. Just immediate splatter all over everything. Is the bigger hole behind the bell maybe something? We can check that out after this fight, yeah. I didn't even notice it, because it very well might be. Okay, what do we got? How much health do you have? 4. 4, 4. All right, so we'll bleed 1. It'll die on its turn. We'll sleaze all over 1. It'll die. It dies. Ow. Hope it's not Fent. Yeah, no kidding. That occurred to me as well, as like, what are they gonna do, stab me with like drug needles now? Is that where we're going in this game? But no, they're pine needles, chat. Good God, this game is wholesome and pure. Friggin' deviants. Another knife, more hit points on Leonardo. How much XP? We're already at 84 experience, holy shit. I could get more Moxie. And a bonus to weapon damage, magic weapon damage. Or I could be smart and just save it, because I think I want to upgrade my, spray. Does everything reset after you win a fight? Like, what do you mean, like our health and stuff? Yes. A foot from a big statue, it's how far you are away from this and what it is. Ugh, seems pretty depressed. Let's talk to it. You listen to the statue, it's sad about the passage of time, but you manage to make it feel a little better by reminding it that it's still a really big, really strong foot. It gives you some toe jam as a gesture of thanks. Good God. All right, big hole by the bell. Oh, good call, Cell. This tunnel's big enough to accommodate you if you can muster the flexibility, and assuming you're neither claustrophobic nor germophobic, we squeeze through. You squeeze into the burrow and wriggle your way through a series of nasty trash tubes. Eventually, the garbage beneath you collapses, depositing you above a different chamber. Wait, above it? Ow. Oh, okay. Alternative entrance would let us skip the fairy fight here. Holy dang, somebody threw away a perfectly good cow skull. These are rare as heck, considering there haven't been any cows in this country for more than 30 years. You take it. Okay, we got a mounted cow skull. This would look great in your room. It's always hard to tell whether one of these is part of a normal cow somebody killed for sport, or the entirety of a horrible floating cow skull somebody killed in self-defense. Looked odd compared to the others. Yeah, no, you got it. The Geiger counter's really going nuts. This must be the spot. Yeah, we dig. Just beneath the surface, you strike the top of a crate. The Geiger counter continues its irritating clickery. We stomp through the lid. You give the top of the old crate a mighty stomp and end up ankle deep in compasses. It's better than being ass deep in compankles. That's what you always say. Ha ha! I hate this game. Anyway, enough jokes. You grab the least ruined looking compass. You also breathe a sigh of relief as you can turn off that annoying Geiger counter. Okay. But I mean, we're not done exploring, so. A teetering stack of crates is holding up part of the ceiling here. We, of course, are going to kick it. Get it seriously. It's collapsed into an unsafe staircase-like heap. That was extremely lucky. Okay, but first, is there anything over here? Someone threw away an entire fence? This game. All right, let's go up the stairs. Hey, hi, hello, the old junkyard. All right, so it's just an alternate entrance. What the fuck is this game, chat? I'm so confused. And I still don't have stench armor. All right, I guess we're done here. We do have the fairy lair. Let's go to the lighthouse and trade the compasses, and then we'll check out the fairy lair. You're walking through the woods around... there's a huge spider. It jumps down out of nowhere and aims its butt right at your face and shoots a huge glob of web at you. Time slows down around you as the horrible sticky wad sails through the air directly at the part of your head where you keep all your most important sensory organs. Sorry, I guess that was a weird way to say. I couldn't think of a good synonym for face. We dodge out of the way. You duck and roll out of the path of the incoming goop and just keep rolling until you're cleared completely out of this part of the woods. Whew. At least the music isn't sleepy like Delusion. I don't know, some people might complain about that. The game's music is really chill. Just turn this into an ASMR stream or something. Hello, Lighthouse Keeper. I found your compass. What do you think? Could use a polish, but it seems to be in good condition. All right, I'll swap you. Let me get that old Geiger counter from you, too. We got a cursed compass. Thanks. Yep, no problem. Now get along. Got a lot of important nothing to take care of. The compass always points towards the evil version of North. It should not be followed. I mean... Oh, I can't even equip it? Wait, no, it's an accessory. We lose damage, but we get the cursed compass. I'm putting it on. We're gonna find out. Evil North. Oh, here we go. The cursed compass needle twitches to life, if you can call it living, and thrusts its pointed head urgently south. It leads you to the trunk of an ancient tree. Though the tree may have once stood proudly in the days before cities and men, it is now infirm, wizened, and dribbling sweet-smelling sap from 1,000 little holes. There's not much left in the old guy. Drain the tree for all the sap it's got. Shadow milkshake. This is what you'd get if instead of a soda jerk, your local cafe employed a soda nihilist. Holy shit, +1 mysticality and +2 max AP. That is really fucking good. Music is from a certain game with steam engines and magic and gnomes breeding their own things in inhuman ways. Yeah, this definitely gives me Arcanum vibes. Farewell, old tree, to everything there is a season, etc., etc. Alright, keep going where we were going, I guess. There, we found the fairy lair. Oh, hey, look, it's a weird little pocket of nothingness just kind of hovering here. Maybe we should ask Jessica about it. This is the third thing that we need to ask Jessica about. A mess of twigs and sap, it's a fairy nest. We reach inside. You fumble blindly and find a knife. You pull it out of your hand and stick it in your pocket. So now I'm thinking, what's our current potion? Moxie and physical armor. So my thinking is we could lose a point of armor and like the Moxie, but the 2 extra AP means that I can cast my AoE spell twice, which is an extra 6 damage. And I think that's absolutely worth losing a point of damage from the Moxie and 2 points of physical armor. It's like Nietzsche said fairly recently, be careful when you drink the Abyss's milkshake because the Abyss also drinks your milkshake. A pleasant numbness spreads within you, soothing darkness. You gain an effect, Milk of the Void. You're suffused with milky shadow. It's making you kind of phlegmy. So I should have like 6 AP, I think. You killed my turtle! Yeah, I have 6 AP. Okay. That was easy. I just spam death magic and win. We got fairy dust. It increases our spooky armor. I'm vibrating with nest-related excitement. It's full of rocks. We inspect them. You extract all the useful components from the rocks. We get more powerful grit and an impenetrable shellac. Some shellac comes from insects, but if you don't know that, it can come from basically anywhere. Don't have enough points for... I'm sorry you don't have enough points for the Nietzsche redeem, but I'm not that sorry. Might want to keep that compass. Yeah, I think for plot reasons we're going to have to uncurse it, but my hope is that maybe that instead of leading to Cursed North, it leads to Uncursed North or something. Who knows? Because it seems pretty good so far. Throw a knife. And then squirt. Yeah. And we get our knife back. All right, what do we got in here? Hey, a ring. One of the fairies was probably using it as a crown. A ring of universal healthcare. Oh, Jesus. My medical manchico heals my entire party. Forged by socialist dwarves in the heart of an employee-owned mountain. Oh my god. That's so good. Okay, so yeah, as much as I like the friendship ring, our heal being AoE is amazing. Because that goes from Leonardo healing one person for 5 to Swell healing the entire party for 10 and eventually 15. Oh, and we can reach into the shadow dimension. Seems like a bad idea. Yeah, of course we're gonna do it. I can't stress enough that you shouldn't do this. It might give you some kind of shadow disease, or it might bite your hand clean off, or anything. Oh, we're totally doing it. All right, it's on your head or hand. Don't come crying if something horrible happens. Yeah, whatever. You stick your hand into the hole and grab the first thing your fingers brush against and yank it back out. You got an item, Shadow Hot Dog. The shadowy pocket vanishes with an otherworldly pop. A sausage-shaped hole in reality. It's been placed into a regular hot dog bun for your convenience. Increases muscle damage, or increases muscle by 1 and then melee weapon damage by 5. Holy God. Okay, so. Let me. Where's my... So that's Mysticality. We just have +1. All right, so we can lose 1 AP. Eat this. And instead of using the grease gun, we swap over to the spork. Because it's a magical weapon. Or we could do the barbecue tongs to stick with elemental damage. And I think with that, we might finally come ahead on damage compared to the sleaze gun. I see what you're doing here by the game with the wear, by the way. I believe so, Celt. I believe that's how it is that they're not permanent. So I think I might want to hold on to it and use it like tomorrow.